Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to a new Stranger Vlog. I can't believe it's been a month since New York Comic Con, and like I did last year, I want to put a video out where I show you guys the stuff that I picked up. Now I'm not going to show you every little bit of promotional stuff that I picked up because this video would then be an hour long, but I decided to pick out the more interesting stuff. First and foremost, I want to thank the people at PKMM for giving me this shirt. Comic book fans do have issues, and here's a little bit of their artwork right here. Their comic, The Law of Resistance. If you follow this page, you'll see that we have an interview with Janine Frederick. She also works for PKMM for her comic Quandary, and this is another one of their comics, Laws of Resistance. So I've sort of broken up the groups into like posters, comics, and wearable stuff. So hopefully, let's see what we can crank out in the next couple minutes. I guess we could start with posters since they're the most biggest and blockiest of ones. Here's one for the Tick Amazon show that's coming out. I know they put out one episode, but of course they were promoting it there, so we got that. Oh, and then if you might be noticing this thing right behind me, this is for those who play the game Portal, a weighted companion cube. Now this isn't mine, I didn't buy this, but they had a whole bunch of these at the con where these were called mystery boxes, where you'd pay $30, $40, $50, and they guaranteed you, it was sort of like a loot crate where they would promise you, if you bought a $30 box, it would give you $50 worth of value, and there was stuff inside it. I still haven't had a chance to see what exactly were in these boxes, but someone was about to toss this one out. And it's perfectly fine, and it's a companion cube from Portal, and so you would open it up and it would have stuff in there. I'm assuming it was like comic book stuff or comic book related stuff, but someone was going to toss theirs out. I'm like, shit, I'll take it. So I crushed it down, put it in my book bag. Okay, so you got. Okay, hopefully this won't be too long putting stuff away. Oh, thing from Rotten Tomatoes when I went to the panel, and I feel so bad for Gray Drake because I had given her such a hard time at the panel, screaming at a kid who said The Matrix wasn't a good movie. But of course the kid was like 16 years old, wasn't even born yet when The Matrix came out. From the Marvel booth, a Groot and Rocket Raccoon poster. I don't know. I don't really read Marvel comics. I'm much more of a DC fanboy, as you'll see later on in this video. But that just looks cool, just to have on the wall. And you see, I have empty walls. I want to put all this stuff up. I just haven't had a chance to. And come on. Got to give my girl Kate Beckinsale a little love. The new Underworld movie. This is like the 5th or 6th one. And she left for like one and then came back because, hey, pays the bills. And of course, Underworld wouldn't be the same without her sister, Resident Evil. I just have a huge, gigantic crush on Milla Jovovich. So I had to throw that in there. I just bought it like a 5-pack. It's like all 5, the first 5 Resident Evil movies is like one pack for like $12. So I'm looking forward to number 6. And I never got a chance to watch like 5. I watched like 4 a bunch of times, and of course the first couple ones I saw a bunch of times. But now this one's interesting. This was at the Topps booth. Like Topps, the people who make baseball cards. And it's this one is The Walking Dead. And it's sort of what they call a cut sheet, where it'd be like a sheet. Now there's no stats on the back, and it is like promotional on the bottom. But it's like you can, like if you had a machine to cut them, this is like, and I think the most interesting one would be the Negan right there on the bottom. Everyone's talking about Negan this season, and there were a million Negans at New York Comic Con. Almost feels dirty when I say that, Negan. And then there's the Fear the Walking Dead. They had 2 other promotions, which I have the poster here, but I'm not going to show you. They had one for WWE WWE and Fear the Walking Dead. Okay, so this one has been giving me trouble all day, but I do want to get this one up on my wall. DC Essentials, Batman and Superman reading comics. Batman's reading The Watchmen. I think that's pretty funny. But you'll see later on, there's going to be some sort of cross-promotion between The Watchmen and the more bigger DC known even though DC owns Watchmen. And you'll see that in just a moment. And of course, what's the use of going to Comic-Con without getting actual comic books? And once again, these are more promotional comic books than anything, but still. And it's funny, it's been so long. Doctor Strange, which I actually went to go see the other day. It was a freaking great movie. Doctor Strange throughout the years. Oh boy, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Objection. That's from that lawyer video game. That's sad that I don't know the name of that. Oh, there's a thing for the Marvel. And once again, I'm not getting endorsed for any of this. I just want to show you guys the cool stuff that I came across. Contest of Champions, which I have another piece of merch there. And once again, this is just stuff that I picked up. Black Panther preview. Iron Man preview. So, I mean, I guess you could say these are more just promotional comics than... I didn't even realize I have a poster in here. Have you got another poster? Scooby-Doo and Superman crossover, which I always liked. I mean, I was never a big fan of Scooby-Doo, but whenever they had the Adam West Batman on it, I thought it was great. Teen Titans Go, which I know a lot of people give a lot of grief to, but it's not a bad cartoon. My daughter watches it, and I catch it when she watches it. And the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, which... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Scooby-Doo Team Up. Once again, Scooby-Doo teams up with Superman and Batman. One of these maybe from like another year. Oh, well, one's from May, June 15. One is from June 15. One's from May 2015. So those are from last year. Wow. I'm behind. That's the one thing I got to say. The DC booth this year at New York Comic Con, like, changed their merch like every hour on the hour, so you had to like go back every couple hours to see what else they had up. The DC superhero girls, which you'll see, I took a picture with, they had girls dressed up like live action versions of these, and I got one of these for my daughter that she's already like torn into. The actual program. This is, you know, I mean, it's a thick sucker, but you know, they had a whole bunch of these every day, but I just love that Wonder Woman artwork on the cover. And once again, this is sort of it looks like a cut sheet for like trading cards, but it's just for the DC bombshells, the 1950s pinup, you know, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, Poison Ivy, Mira from Aquaman. Okay, here's another one. This one's for the rebirth of the DC universe. And this is a big sucker. I can't wait to get that one up on my wall. That's a beautiful poster. Look at that. I apologize for the lights showing the glare. I didn't realize when I did that it was going to be doing that, but hey, you know, that's what happens. Okay, here's a couple more comic book related stuff. The Shazam. What's this called? Tiny Titans Return to the Treehouse. So, you know, they're trying to, you know, do comics for kids and stuff like that, you know. Hook them while they're young. Now, I didn't get a chance to interview these guys. They wanted me to come back and interview them, and I apologize. But Mad Cave Studios, and in particular, they wanted me to talk to the guys behind the Battle Cats. And I can't... Where? Did I lose the page, or was it in the beginning? Of course it's going to be where I haven't checked yet. Once again, I apologize for the glare. But the Battle Cats, they wanted me to interview the guys behind this, and I never got a chance to, and I apologize to them. So here's my shout out to the guys at Mad Cave Studios. They seemed pretty cool. I just didn't get a chance to come back, and you know, caught up with so many interviews that I just didn't get a chance. So check those out. Check those guys out. Mad Cave Studios. Now here's an interesting one. This one is Young Animal. Now this is a DC imprint. This is, I know it looks like a cheapy little thin manga sort of a deal. No offense to manga people. But I think the most interesting part is, I know they're bringing back a couple of ones, but they're bringing back Doom Patrol. And I think what's interesting about that, you know, Doom Patrol, but it's being written by Gerard Way, which I think he's from My Chemical Romance, the singer. But he's like writing like, then Cave Carson. Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye. So he's writing both Doom Patrol and Cave Carson. I mean, I know he's a comic book fan, and I'm interested to see what he's doing. But this is the Young Animal imprint under DC, the same way like Vertigo is under DC and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting because it's not a typical size comic, but they put it out there. This one's just, once again, I'm just trying to show you the comics that I actually got. Rampage Jackson, Street Soldier from UFC. They decided to make a comic book about him. I mean, I don't know how far this is going to go. The imprint is Lion Force Comics, but that's pretty cool. I'm being very thorough here. Just want to show you guys everything. Colder from Dark Horse. I don't know, it looks like the Joker on the cover, but you know, I guess great minds think alike. Here's an AMC tie-in, which I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but everyone keeps telling me it's really good. Preacher, and once again, it's an AMC tie-in because it even has the an ad for the show, season 1, on the back. Valiant, who knows what? Wow, Valiant is actually back, but they're doing a comic book. This one is called Faith, and she's sort of a Rubenesque character, a female superhero. But, I mean, she might have been around for a while, and I don't know about it, but that's interesting just to check that out. Then the last actual comic, this one called Meanwhile. Looks pretty cool. Looks very Tim Burton-esque. Not to take anything away from the people who actually put this work together. Just throwing my 2 cents on there. Alright, now here's some stickers and stuff like that. Well, this one's more of a magnet, the Contest of Champions. And it's one of those like DC freemium games where you download and you know, you could probably play for free, but if you want to get anything good done, you gotta pay for content. So that's pretty cool. With Ghost Rider, and it's funny because this was right before the new season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when they were pushing Ghost Rider. Well, the new Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, but just this past week they had the secret. They actually showed the original Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze one. Now, once again, this is not an endorsement, but I got to tell you, I've fallen in love with this product. It's called G Fuel, and basically what it is, it's an energy drink. It's these little packets of powder that you put in with like a 12-ounce or 16-ounce bottle of water. And once again, not an endorsement, but I got a whole bunch. I got a whole bunch of these. I kept going back to the booth and getting free one of these. They're fantastic. They really are. I got to buy it. Check out gfuel.com. You know, this one is, what is this? This is lemon lime. They have the funniest one. They have one called Phaseberry. What the hell's a Phaseberry? Bunch of different colors and flavors, but it's an energy drink. But it reminds me of like a Gatorade / Red Bull. But it's really delicious, and I had one before I made this video, so you can tell I'm kind of like amped up right now. TeePublic, I know I've heard of them. Just grab their sticker, and then once again they do have from Topps Trading Cards, DC Topps Trading Card. You got Wonder Woman and Superman. These are promotions, like there's stuff on the back, but kind of just giving you an idea of what they are. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a trading game or a fighting game or something like that. And so, okay, so this is what I did. I took a bunch of my buttons and I actually put them on the lanyards. Now, you can't even see the lanyard anymore, but it was a Yu-Gi-Oh lanyard, which, hey, I guess they must have paid a lot of money because there were a billion lanyards at the actual, every day you would go and they have like a fish tank full of lanyards for you to grab if you didn't have one on your own for your pass. So, I'll just show you guys the stuff that I put. I put all the stuff on one lanyard. A black DC button. You know, their new logo now with the whole rebirth. You know, something a little more traditional. The DC white and blue. Green Lantern. Vertigo, and most of these were from the DC booth. I think all of them are from the DC booth except for like 2 of them. But Vertigo is an imprint of DC. Now this is what I mentioned earlier. Look at that. I think that's super awesome. A Superman button, but with the Watchmen splotch on it. Like traditionally is the smiley face from the comedian from the Watchmen, but it's on the Superman, which means there's going to be some sort of crossover. Say Dr. Manhattan versus Superman. That'd be pretty interesting. Even though I think Dr. Manhattan would win, as much as I love Superman. But Batman would outthink Dr. Manhattan. John Wick, that's from a video game, like a VR sort of deal. John Wick, the Keanu Reeves movie. Wonder Woman 75, which is what they do for those who've been following the comics. They have Batman 66, based on the old TV show. Now they have Wonder Woman 75, which is based on the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. And this is they have which I haven't seen. I purposely haven't watched the trailer for Wonder Woman, but everyone's talking about how incredible it looks. Look at that! Look at that beauty. That is from the Star Wars Beyond booth. I waited like an hour and a half just so I could take a picture in the captain's chair, and they had these, and when the people weren't looking, I grabbed like a couple of them, and I gave them to some of my friends and stuff like that, because I know I have friends that like diehard Star Trek fans, which I was, and I still am, I guess. And the movie was good. Star Trek Beyond was fantastic, so that's awesome. It came on a little board, but I took it off the board and put it on the lanyard. Mad, I mean, come on, who doesn't like Mad magazine at one point or another? Now, once again, like earlier with the Batman, with the Superman, why am I holding it the all wrong way? The Wonder Woman splotch. The Wonder Woman with the Watchmen blood drip, which means, I guess, we're going to have Superman and Wonder Woman crossing over with the Watchmen. This is Batman. I don't know exactly which Batman this is. If this is the Rebirth Batman, I don't think so, because I have that on the lanyard also. Robin, sort of like a cool looking Robin one. Now that's the Batman I know. That's the Batman, I mean, now that's in the Rebirth, but once again with the splotch on it. So I'm wondering what that's all about. I can't wait to see. So that's the end of that. So I kind of put them all on a lanyard. Not that I'd ever really wear this. This is more just to hang up and stuff like that, but it's pretty cool. So we did the posters, we did the buttons. Let's go to the more wearable merch, and we're almost done. Thank you for dealing with me. Crunchyroll, the anime company. Should I say the anime distribution company? I don't know why I can't hold it straight for the camera, but yeah, there you go. Crunchyroll. I don't know. That don't even fit on me, or if it does, it's like cut off my circulation. But Crunchyroll, and one of the big things they announced, they're putting out their own show. Usually they're distributing anime. Now they're putting out their own show called Children of Ether, which you'll see on this channel. I have an interview with LaShawn Thomas. Oh no, excuse me, not this channel. On the Geeky Inc. channel, or Tsunami Faithful. One of Paul's other channels. Not really my thing, but come on, who doesn't like Hello Kitty? And I guess it's supposed to be a headband, but I wasn't rocking that. Okay, now this is pretty funny. This is not official. No one put this out officially, but looking for Barbara from Stranger Things. Spoiler alert. So these were all over. Someone was taping up. I think it's someone Instagram Tangy Milk. So I mean, I don't think they got in trouble. I just thought it was pretty funny that they were missing Barbara posters for Stranger Things, which is pretty funny. People for people who watch the show, not officially, not tied in with the actual Stranger Things people, but having a little fun. This was my press pass this year. I could show you it now because it's after the fact, with Michonne from The Walking Dead, which for the past 3 years I've been going. Every year they've had Walking Dead on the lanyards. So I think the Walking Dead people must be paying pretty good money to have their stuff advertised. I don't know what this is, but it's Code Geass. I guess it's an anime. It's from Funimation, who I've interviewed Justin Rojas once again on the Tsunami Faithful channel. But just sort of a wraparound 3D glasses sort of a deal. All right, now here's some photos. Like I had mentioned, here's one with me and Rick from Rick and Morty, because I think they're doing an episode where they're sort of locked up in some sort of intergalactic prison deal. So I got a picture with that. Me sticking my head through the Attack on Titan New York Comic Con 2016. I think this is promoting the live action movie that came out. I haven't had a chance to see it, but yeah, own part 1 now and part 2 on December 6th. Once again, not a promotion, just showing you the stuff. And I had mentioned the DC superhero girls. Now, I had gone to take a picture. They were taking pictures with you could take a picture with like the background of like Justice League and stuff like that. While I was waiting online, they actually had real girls from DC dressing up like the characters, and like, you know, you want to take a picture. Now the funny thing is, I was wearing, it was a green screen, and I was wearing a green Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt, so I had to put on my jacket so you could actually see me, because the green screen effect was kind of going through my shirt. And those girls are just so cute. I mean, come on. Now this is stuff they actually had last year. Ninja Turtles, TMNT. Got myself a Raphael and a Michelangelo. Or I could just rock the red and just say I'm old school. Ninja Turtles. But these were there last year, and I think if you buy the DVD, it comes with all 4 of them. You know, and it's smart enough merchandising where, you know, they put in a little bit of, you know, polyester fabric and make it into merchandising. Okay, with the DC girls, this little cape, which once I'm done with this video, I'm going to give it to my daughter. Little DC Hero Girls cape. It's too small for me. Oh, I forgot. This got lost in the bunch. A sticker for Atari. Now this was for a weird promotion. It's for a cartoon called Magic Swords, Mighty Magic Swords, which I thought I could have sworn I've heard of before or whatever, or maybe it's a video game, but it's a pumpkin with a sword. But just look at that. That just doesn't look right. That looks, maybe because I'm an old man and dirty, but yeah. And people were carrying these, like, you could, and this is a good solid foam. You could knock the hell out of somebody with this. Here's a cute one. A promotion for Rugrats. The little Chucky hair with the glasses. I thought that was pretty cute. Nickelodeon, Rugrats. Which I'm surprised. Oh, it's to promote their channel Splat, which is sort of, you know, retro. I definitely wanted to get one of these because they had T-shirts and trucker hats. I didn't want that. I wanted the Ash versus Evil Dead foam finger. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this, but hey, it's mine and it's cool. Groovy. And another thing I got at the Star Trek Beyond booth. There's a lot of red in this video. You know, live long and prosper. And now the piece de resistance. Now this was a thing. I allow myself one very guilty pleasure purchase, one big splurge, and this is from artist Andrew Griffith, who was in this particular case working for IDW, which makes the Transformer comics. And this is the actual artwork from issue 51, page 20, the last page. Andrew Griffith, Optimus Prime. I forgot the name of this character over here. Then you see Soundwave and Starscream, along with Optimus Prime. This is from the issue called All Hail Optimus. And, you know, and I got his autograph on the bottom. I don't know where it is. There it is. Andrew Griffith. So I allowed myself one, like, guilty pleasure, like, splurge. This artwork, Transformers artwork. And I know that this character, I think they have her in the new animated series that Machinima put out for Combiner Wars, or at least that sword hammer thing that she's carrying is predominantly displayed in that series. So, you know. And he was a consultant. Andrew Griffith was a consultant on the design of the characters from the new Combiner Wars Machinima show. So thank you for sitting with me through all that. I certainly hope you enjoyed watching me show off my stuff. I guess that's it. 2016 New York Comic Con. Such a blast. We'd be here for an hour if I showed you everything that I got, but those are the more cooler things. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. Don't be a stranger.